Hey everybody, what's up? OCD Mikey, Hi-Fi Guy for another episode of The Mikey Show. And I am on to Hi-Fi for Dummies Part 4. The only way you are going to know how something sounds is by listening to it, okay? The underlying message here is to try and look at the parts that are in it, whether it has this kind of capacitor or this brand of capacitor, or whether it's got this type of wire inside or that type of wire inside, or whether there's brass binding posts or copper binding posts or all this other crap, okay? None of that matters. None of that matters other than how does it sound. So we can take all the smoke screen stuff, okay? Everything that is a smoke screen to confuse you and make you go, oh yeah, that sounds right. And then it's just marketing to cause you to buy any certain given brand. And every brand is going to pitch you some stuff about their materials that they use. We use beryllium this or that. We use R2R ladder in our DAC. We use, silver wiring on the output. And on and on and on. And what happens is people get caught up in that and they think, I need to have silver wire on the output. I need to have beryllium tweeters. I need to have an R2R for the DAC to sound good. It's absolutely hogwash and not true whatsoever. The only way you know how something sounds is to listen to it, okay? So another facet of this truth is that the measurements don't matter, okay? Measurements are okay to get a broad understanding of what the thing does, but truthfully, some of the worst measuring stuff sounds the best. Tubes, for instance, measure horribly. They have tons of distortion. Do they sound bad because of that distortion? No, it sounds terrific. We love that distortion. So if you were to look at a tube amp and measure it and put it on the measuring, do all those graphs and all that kind of stuff in the laboratory and use test tones and not even listen to music, you're going to get a completely false idea of what sounds good. What you would think sounds good would be something that all the specifications are perfect, right? And if you listen to things that have perfect specification, many times they are sterile sounding. They sound devoid of soul. They do not sound good. On the other hand, things that measure horribly are some of the best sounding things I've ever heard. So specsmanship means nothing. And in this industry, they would have you believe that specifications mean enough to allow you to buy based on the specification. Nothing could be further from the truth. You cannot rely on specification to tell you how something sounds, nor if you'll like it or not, nor if it's going to sound good in your room, even with your speakers and all that other stuff. So specification is a smokescreen. Another facet of this is making something look good so that you'll buy with your eyes and not with your ears. There's plenty of companies that go ahead and make beautiful gear, and it's really not that great sounding. There are different facets. I've just given you 3 different examples of smoke screens that companies will use, manufacturers, dealers, whoever will use, but it's the manufacturers will use to get you to buy their product. One, they'll talk about what kind of parts are inside. Okay, you're a damn end user. You're a music listener. Why do you give a crap what parts are inside? You shouldn't know what parts are inside because it doesn't matter. You're going to listen with your ears. You're not going to buy based on what parts are inside. It's foolish. The next one is specification. Smokescreen people with specification. Print all your spec. Has 0.00000 distortion. Has this much gain. I mean, all these numbers that are just like amazing numbers, and you show graphs where the lines are absolutely perfectly straight and all this stuff. That does not tell you how it sounds. It's another smokescreen way of convincing you to buy their gear. And the third one is the look. There are plenty of things. Man, I see this crap from Temu, which is like the antichrist of marketing on the phone that you see, and all this no-name crap coming in from overseas that looks so cool. It's hi-fi stuff, and it looks totally cool, but it's absolute junk. But they rely on the look to sell it. So you can't count on specification. You can't count on look. You can't count on the parts inside and what brand they are and how much capacitance and all that kind of stuff. It really doesn't matter. Those are just things to distract you, okay? The bottom line is you need to listen to it. That's the only thing that's going to tell you if it's going to connect you to the music or not. Now, look is a distinction for me to make. If you are a type 2 buyer and you are buying for look because you want something cool looking, then by all means you need to pay attention to look because you want it to match your decor perfectly and all that. And sound comes secondary. In that case, you're going to champion the look of something. Now, there are some things that look super cool and that sound really good. I'm generalizing for the sake of making this video to get the point across. But what I'm telling you is you can't count on those things. You need to count on your own ear when you listen to hi-fi. You need to listen to it and then determine, is this what I want? And will this connect me to the music? Unless, of course, you want a showpiece. That's something completely different. I don't talk about that on this channel. I just refer to it, okay? So that is Hi-Fi for Dummies. Part number 4 is don't believe the hype. How about that? Don't believe the hype. That sums it up. This whole video. Don't believe the hype. Whatever it is, you need to listen to that thing first. Or you need to fully trust someone's ears and know-how, and then trust them. My clients, many of them say, I don't really want to spend the time to listen to all this stuff. I don't have enough experience to trust my ears. So Mikey, I'm turning it over to you. Hook me up with some stuff that sounds killer. And I do, and I guarantee my results, and they're happy. So either find somebody that you can trust their ears and you believe in, or sit and listen to yourself. But you can't go on the spec, the look, or the parts inside. Just wanted to make that distinction for you. Thanks for watching. See you.